We headed to Munich Olympic Park for the first full on-location nighttime shoot, where we met up with lighting designer Michael Kuehbandner. We spoke to him about his work, about the power and emotion of lighting, and about some of his pandemic activities, including helping to set up the VLLV, a new association in Germany for lighting designers, programmers and operators. So Michael, can you tell me how you know this location, please?
Yeah, it's Olympic Park actually, what we see here. It's the Olympic Stadium, and in the forefront the Olympic Hall, which I love best. It's I think the most beautiful hall we have in Munich and probably in the world. It has a big historic, and I did a lot of live events there, and it's actually the #1 live event hall in Munich, where all the big concerts go, and the stadium is just beautiful.
Can you tell me a bit about your lighting design career and how you got started?
My lighting career started actually very early. With my 15 years I started soldering my own lighting desk and then I did organize EDM parties and evening gastronomy, things like that. Then I went to a big company and did education as a technical drawer, CAD drawer, CAD drawer. And when I finished that, after 3 years, I knew exactly that I had to go back to the freelancing world, because I don't like to be so close in a big company. And I started working as a lighting programmer at a smaller company in my hometown, Regensburg actually. And from there on I went on to bigger productions quite soon, fashion shows, trade shows. I did for Sony and Samsung trade shows in Berlin and in Las Vegas. Skoda, VW, I don't know, a lot of trade show stuff actually. Then in 2011 I set up a company, Einstein & Sons, with my long-term buddy Roland Greil. We even had a spin-off then in the US, in Los Angeles, to work more overseas, and worked out pretty well actually, the whole thing. But in 2016 my son Konstantin was born, and I wanted to be more at home obviously, and Roland got the opportunity to work at Woodruff Bassett Design as an associate, and so we decided to split up the whole thing and lay it to bed. And since then I'm a happy freelancer again. So working for lighting, as a lighting director and a lighting designer and a lighting programmer for all kinds of events for different lighting designers and
all over the world as well.
All over the world as well, yeah.
Oh, great. What is it you love about your work?
I love that light can spark emotions, and you can have people feel from happy, excited to feared and crazy, terrified, the whole spectrum actually, and all with light, and I love that. That there is, for instance, one production I did recently last year, where we had a theater production, where we had a play of a guy realizing the death of his spouse, and there was a 60-second light change from a warm, cozy environment to a really cold, frightening thing to transport his desperate mood from the stage into the audience. And it was really, I myself got goosebumps all the time. I have seen that, and we nearly every evening we had one cry evening on that scene. So that's what I try to do actually at all my productions. I want to touch people and make them feel the light. It's it's very subtle actually, and I like that subtle art.
It's very subtle but very powerful.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. So you've actually been quite busy during the pandemic.
There was not all of the work was paid, but I did a lot to educate myself.
So do you think that the pandemic has also had some positive effects?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, First of all, I don't travel so much anymore, so that means I'm more at home, more with my family. I established a better connection to my kids. So my daughter don't only calls her mom, she calls me also, which is nice. So I think traveling will be fantastic if it's possible again, but I love to being at home. What next? I think the positive effects is also I moved in different directions. I learned new things and went new ways. I mean, there is the saying with every time one door closes, another opens. So stuff like that. Yeah, I think there's some quite positive effects of the pandemic as well.
One of the other things I know you've been involved in is the formation of the VLLV, the new Association for Lighting Designers, Operators and Programmers. Why was it important to you to be involved in that? And why do you think it was needed?
I mean, that all started actually as a Zoom conference between some people which Jens Langner from Robe initiated somewhere in April. Over the time, a group of maybe 15 people crystallized out, and we talked about what can we do together, how can we evolve our work, how can we work together, how can we go new ways. And on the course of that we came to the conclusion that we need to look into a more holistic approach to see also the others. And so we came up with that idea of that association, which is actually very, very successful until now. We have 120 members, we have 6 support companies. Robi is one of the companies, of course.
How important and vital do you think live entertainment and live art is to all of our well-being?
I think it's essential. I mean, we all want that feeling of being together. We need sweaty bodies rubbing on each other. We need festivals. We need live stuff. It's hard to describe what's going on at the moment. And when I speak with friends, they're all crazy about live events. And I think it has to start again soon.
And I know earlier in the interview that you said you enjoyed actually the opportunity of spending a bit more time at home, although you love travelling. What is it that you love about the city of Munich?
Oh, Munich! Munich is the best city in the world. You know, Munich has I don't know, a lot of lakes. The Isar going through the city, the bank, Isar banks. Actually, where you can be all night and all day. There are great lakes. The Alps are very close, so I like to be in the Alps hiking. Lake Garda. I'll come back soon, I promise. We've been there very often, actually. Yeah, the whole quality of life is great in Munich. And on the other hand, it's a very modern city. You have lots of possibilities to work. There are companies all over the place where you can work. Yeah, it's fantastic. 4 years ago we moved out of Munich a little bit. We have a little river going besides our house. We can see the lake. So what more you can want? So it's great city. I love it.